Many couples believe that once an emotional affair happens, especially online, trust is gone forever. But in therapy, I've seen something different. When couples understand what actually repairs trust, many are able to rebuild their relationship step by step. Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Johnson. Today I want to talk about how couples can begin rebuilding trust after an emotional affair, including those that develop through texting, social media, or private messaging. Emotional affairs can be deeply painful. For the partner who discovers the relationship, it often feels like betrayal, secrecy, and the loss of safety in the relationship. Emotions such as anger, fear, sadness, or confusion can be very intense. Another partner may respond in a very different way. Sometimes the person who had the emotional involvement tries to approach the situation from a very rational perspective, explaining what happened, focusing on problem solving, or trying to move quickly toward fixing things. But when emotions are still raw, that approach can unintentionally come across as dismissive or uncaring. One concept I often find helpful in these situations comes from Dialectical Behavior Therapy, which describes something called wise mind. DBT suggests that we all have two common ways of responding to stressful situations. One is emotion mind, where strong feelings take over. The other is rational mind, where we focus primarily on logic and explanation. Both of these perspectives contain something important. Emotions tell us that something meaningful has happened, while rational thinking helps us organize and respond to problems. Wise mind is the place where emotion and reason begin to work together. Before couples try to resolve difficult issues after an emotional affair, it can help to pause, breathe, and reconnect with that more balanced place where empathy and reflection are both possible. Once couples reach that more grounded place, approaches like Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy can help them examine the beliefs that often intensify the pain. For example, a hurt partner might understandably think, if my partner truly loved me, this never would have happened, or now I'll never be able to trust again. Those thoughts are deeply human reactions to betrayal, but when they become rigid or absolute, they can make healing feel impossible. Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy encourages couples to move toward more flexible and compassionate beliefs, such as, what happened hurt deeply, but it does not have to define our entire future. Of course, healthier thinking alone is not enough. Trust is rebuilt primarily through consistent behavior over time. The partner who had the emotional affair needs to demonstrate transparency and accountability. Things like openness about communication, clear boundaries with outside contacts, and a willingness to answer reasonable questions honestly. At the same time, the partner who was hurt needs space for their emotional reactions to be heard and taken seriously. When empathy replaces defensiveness, conversations that once escalated can begin to move toward repair. For members of this YouTube channel, I've created a structured handout that I often use with couples in therapy who are working to rebuild trust after an emotional affair. The handout walks through practical steps couples can take together, things like transparency agreements, emotional repair conversations, and weekly trust-building behaviors. If you're a member of the channel, I'll share a link so you can download that resource. Many couples also find it helpful to create new relationship agreements, clarifying expectations about online communication, emotional boundaries with others, and regular check-ins about the health of the relationship. Rebuilding trust takes time, patience, and consistent effort from both partners. But many couples discover that when they face these challenges honestly, the relationship they build afterward can become more intentional and more emotionally connected than before. And perhaps the most important idea to remember is this: healing after betrayal begins when emotional honesty and thoughtful reflection come together, and trust is rebuilt through small acts of empathy, transparency, and consistency over time. Thank you for joining me today.